The crash was catastrophic. The child and his grandparents were among those killed.
It began after a robbery at an LCBO in Bowmanville,
leading to a high-speed police chase and ending with multiple people dead.
Wagwan, everybody. Welcome to our next episode of Talk the Things podcast. I have a few announcements I want to go over before we get into today's topic. And the first one was, my bad, I've been away for so many days, but I've been working on my restaurant. Like a lot of you guys must know by now that I have my restaurant alongside with my show. The thing is that I have a new place that I'm working at every Sunday where I cook food and sell. So for all those people who are messaging and watching and want to know, you guys can come out now. Go on my Instagram at Tree Bills Food for my restaurant. And you will see the address posted there. You guys can come out, come buy your food, and it's in Scarborough. Now, the second announcement I had was make sure you guys follow my page for the podcast, my Instagram page, which is Talk the Things with 2 Z's. On there, you can see cases before they come out. I'm going to preview them, and you guys can also DM and suggest stories for me to talk about. And I remember, it don't have to always be crime, because that's not what my channel was originally based on. We just talk about Toronto topics. So any topic that you want me to talk about, if you have any story, stay away from the gang thing and them something there, but just message me, bro, and we can talk. So with all that said, let's get into today's topic, which actually happens in Durham. So we're going extra east today, and it's a pretty recent story. At the time of recording this, the story just happened last night, and I was caught up in the traffic because I didn't even know that all this is Wagwan, and they block off both lanes, both sides of the highway, both directions, because what happened was crazy as fuck, bro. And it started on April 29th when police got called to LCBO. Now, some reports say that a police officer seen what was happening at the LCBO and went over there. Some reports say that they got a phone call from the LCBO. So it might have been both. It might have been either, we're not sure. But they say that around 7:50 p.m., they got a call to the LCBO due to a robbery. Now, I wanted to talk about something quick with LCBO and these robberies thing that they have going on, because it's going to make more sense into the podcast. But from what I've heard on the road, is that there's a new rule in LCBO where they can't stop you from thieving the liquor. If you guys are not from Ontario and you don't know what LCBO is, you can't just go anywhere, go buy liquor. You have to go to a province-owned store, which would have been, what is it? Liquor Cabinet Buckle, Ontario. I don't even know what it stands for, but it stands for something that has to do with the government. And they made a new rule where you can't hold the people down when they're trying to run out the store if they're thieving. You just let them do the thieving and you call the police. And ever since they made that rule, a lot of people are going in there brazenly with big duffel bag, taking out 26 30 bottle and just walking out the store. So it looked like something like this is what those people plan to do. We're not sure, don't take my word, but it is something that's been happening. Anyway, police wind up seeing them in a U-Haul. So it looked like they rented a U-Haul. It was a cargo van, not the big truck, not the big old wide van them, but the local, like the newer, smaller, more compact van. And police started to chase them. Now remember, this is in Clarington. I don't know if I said that yet, but Clarington is if I'm saying it right, it's like a local area, it's like a little town. Now when they started to do the fleeing and the police was chasing them, before they reached onto the highway, they were on the main roads, and they took the main roads all the way from Clarendon to Stevenson. Now Stevenson is the first entrance on the highway into Oshawa. Just like VP after VP, you're in Scarborough now. After you reach Stevenson, so you're in Oshawa, you're not in Whitby no more. But the craziest thing is that when they got to Stevenson, they never went on the right lanes to go westbound. They went on the eastbound lanes where the people them are coming into Oshawa. So they're going the direction of Scarborough where the traffic is coming into Oshawa. They're going the opposite way of traffic, and I have video footage of this that people took, and we'll play that in a second. But when they're going this way and police is chasing them and they're flying, and he's driving crazy, even from on the road, they said that the people them in the van were driving crazy. They winded up coming into the lanes, swerving around, acting foolish, and flew right into a person that caused, I think they said, like 5 other cars to wind up crashing. In one of the cars happened to be 2 grandparents and their infant baby grandson. Well, I don't know if it was a grandson, I don't know if it was a girl or boy, but a grandchild, which is only an infant, which would have means that it was probably like younger than 2 years old, and all 3 of them dead. Also, we don't know if it was the people that was doing the thieving or whatever. We don't know if it was a person driving or if it was a person in the van, but somebody in that car died. We also don't know how much people was in that van, and I'm going to get to that later on in the podcast. But what I want to do is I want to play you guys a video of the actual car flying, because the car had to pull off and fly into the grass when he realized say headlights is coming his direction. To his surprise, he flew off into the grass, took out his phone, or I think he had a dash cam footage that captured this. So I want to play you guys that, and then also I want to play you guys a news clip talking about the story, and I'll be right back.
Good afternoon. The crash was catastrophic. The child and its grandparents were among those killed.
It began after a robbery at an LCBO in Bowmanville, and the getaway van fled going the wrong way on the highway, resulting in a fiery crash in Whitby. CTV's Raheem Ladani joins us live now with the details. Raheem.
Michelle and Nathan, good afternoon. For those traveling on the Highway 401 here in Whitby, you could hardly tell that this stretch of roadway was shut down for nearly 14 hours beginning last night. It all started with a robbery, leading to a high-speed police chase and ending with multiple people dead. Dashcam video shows a vehicle in the right lane on Highway 401 alertly pulling over to avoid a cube van traveling in the wrong direction in the eastbound lanes in Whitby. Seconds later, a police cruiser quickly passes in pursuit of the vehicle. A short while later, a fiery crash involving at least 6 vehicles, leaving 4 people dead.
3 individuals from a civilian vehicle were also pronounced deceased at the scene. And in that vehicle were a 60-year-old, a 55-year-old, and an infant.
Police say the 2 adults were in a vehicle with their grandchild.
This is a tragedy, just such a sad situation for the family.
Another civilian was taken to hospital with serious injuries. The driver of the suspect vehicle was also killed.
I believe we're still trying to figure out that person's identity.
Police say the incident started in Clarington when an off-duty officer noticed a robbery unfolding at 7:50 Monday night at an LCBO.
Okay, so you guys just heard those videos. Now, the first thing that came onto my mind was how many people were in that car, in that van. How many people did they draw out to plan to do this? Because you wouldn't do all of this by yourself. You might. Crackheads be doing it all the time by themselves. But I don't know if he was with, I don't know why I keep saying he, or the person was with a bag of people and like all their friends planned this. But I want to know how much people was in the car. That was the thing that came to my mind. The next thing that came to my mind was you did all of this for liquor. I don't know if they were trying to rob like the register them, but because of what I explained in the beginning of the podcast, I don't feel like that's what it was. I feel like they were going there for thief buckle to get licks. And you did all of this, go kill off yourself, perhaps if you were the one driving that died, or one of the people them that was in the car with you. You killed the 2 grandparents and a newborn baby for what? Buckle of Hennessy and 2 tequila? And then not even that, like, okay, whatever. You did the thief in, police are run you down. But you did all this extra shit to go on the highway and to go cause all of this for buckle. It's so stupid to me. But rest in peace to the family. Like, holy, when I think about it, imagine you send your picnic with your parents, and then you hear say that they died on the highway because a youth was thieving from LCBO and came and was driving the opposite direction. These must have been young youths. This don't seem like something that no big person would do. I mean, believe me, there are some fucking foolish people. We've talked about it on my podcast. We see dumb niggas around the city. But these had to have been some young kids, bro. I don't feel like this was big people that did this, man. Not lie. But just rest in peace to everybody who died, because now the family them have to bury their 2 parents and their children, or their child, excuse me. And the last thing that really was like on my mind was, what was your plan though? Like, did you go there to thief buckles alone? Were you trying to thief from the register? Because you caused a big scene for a few buckles, and that just don't really make sense to me. Like, I keep saying that over and over. What was your real plan? What did you guys go there to do? And like I said, this is such a new story, so it happened just last night. There's not much that nobody has, there's no reports or nothing like that, but we're only left to speculate at this time. And that's all I have on this story. I want you guys to keep the discussion going. Let me know what you think about the situation. Let me know the questions you have. Let me know if you're on the highway and if you've seen anything, or just let me know, bro. We'll talk about it. And we'll talk next time on Talk the Things podcast.